they won that challenge. I mean, they won the tip and that was the threes. How much did that change some of the momentum of the game?
Yeah, it changed it a lot. If the ball would have gone in and it'd been a completely different game. And then, like you said, they ran the pin in play for Melo to come out right in front of our bench for that three. Completely changed the game. I don't remember what the score differential was at that point, but they're a veteran team who executed like a team like that should execute down the stretch. The James Westbrook pick and roll, where we were switching it and LeBron was pinning us and getting finishes. We were, trying not to switch and go under. We were trying a bunch of different things. And then, where LeBron rolled 2 or 3 times and we didn't have a low man on that one. So, they out executed us down the stretch and their great players had to play great.
Can you talk about how KPJ and Jalen Green played tonight?
I thought they both played really well. I thought Scoot was under control. The pace of his game was great. He made plays for his teammates. He didn't get down on himself for turnovers or missed shots. He just stayed with the game. And then Jalen, who played super under control, same thing, quick decisions, aggressive but not overly aggressive. And they just played with the spirit that we need for this group. So they both were making plays for others. Yeah, Scoot, they were 1 and 2 in assists for our group. So Scoot had 9 assists and Jalen had 4 assists, all because they were aggressive, but they just played like a really solid game, both of them. And, I'm so proud of those guys. They played great.
Coach, during training camp, you talk about the young backcourt of Jalen Camp, talk about trying to build something for the future. Games like this where they both play well and help everyone else compete with, an aggressive team. Is that kind of what you want to see as part of this rebuild?
Yeah, it is. We want to see everybody grow. We want to see those two in particular, but we want to see Josh Christopher grow. And he played a good game tonight. And we had to line up with Scoot, Jalen, Josh, and Alpy all out there together playing. And I think Dave was out there with them as well. But that's what we want to see. Those guys in big moments, those guys in big games, those guys succeeding and failing, learning from their failures, enjoying their successes, building on their successes. And although it was a loss and it was disappointing, I'm definitely proud of our group and how they played.
They closed the game with 3 Hall of Famers and the best ever. Did you feel like, did you see any background in your team at all? That didn't pay any attention?
Nah, not at all. No back down. None whatsoever. We expected to win. We had no problems standing up to those guys, not backing down. And like I said, they had some great players out there that played very well. I mean, obviously Russ with the triple-double and LeBron with the triple-double and Melo, doing his thing. It was tough.
LeBron finished with 32, but defensively, how did you feel about the game plan against him and specifically the efforts of David Nwaba to try and contain him?
Dave did a good job. Dave was trying to hold him up as much as he could. The thing about LeBron, and I said it before the game, is you got to pick your poison because he's scoring so well right now, and it's so hard not to help. But the more help you give, then he's making those other guys great or better. So you see guys like Malik Monk who can benefit from LeBron and the gravity that he attracts. So I was proud of the job Dave did on him. He fought hard and just came up a little short.
Did them playing LeBron at the 5 change your game plan at all?
Yeah. Yeah, it did. I mean, they didn't play a center tonight. So we had Seawood out there guarding Stanley Johnson, Alpy guarding Melo, Seawood guarding Melo. Yeah, it changed our game plan a lot. Them not playing with the center. I mean, it makes it really hard.
spoke before with the rebounding about when you guys are playing smaller, you need to be able to find ways to kind of make up some of those deficits. What did you see from that tonight, particularly as, the Lakers were not playing some of their bigger guys?
Yeah, it's the attention to going and getting the ball. So got to do a better job of that. And, the offensive rebounds too. We got to do a better job of like crashing and getting second possessions. That was one of my messages to the group at halftime, as far as making sure that we crash and, get multiple possessions if possible. And usually the offensive rebounds are either layups or threes. And that's great for us. So we need to do a better job on both ends.
You feel good about how your team responded, a back-to-back long road trip. You talked about getting everybody, the young guys, able to manage their bodies.
Yeah. So I didn't plan on playing Jalen 38. That didn't really fall into his minute restriction. And Scoot coming back and playing 35. That wasn't ideal either, but it was a high-level game. Those guys were playing good. I kept talking to them and making sure that I was communicating with them. And, to come back off a back-to-back where we were in Charlotte and came back and have to prepare for this team who needed a win bad. And we fought, and those guys played a bunch of minutes tonight. Yeah, I'm super proud. I'm like, yeah, really, really proud.
At one point, Steven, there was Carmelo and Russ and LeBron on the court for them, and you had a bunch of teenagers out there. Is there something that those guys can gain from that long term in terms of that competitive spirit? It gets a bunch of guys who've been in this league for a long time who've done a lot of winning.
For sure. I think it's more of an indicator of who they are right now. I mean, they do know that they will get there, but for them to stand up and compete right now and not back down and not be in awe and not think that we don't have a chance to win or that we're not going to win the game says a lot about the character of those guys. They're 19 and they're young and they're going to make mistakes, and Scoot's older by a little bit, but it really speaks to the character and the competitiveness and the drive of those guys playing against the best. And like I said, I'm super proud of them as well as other guys. Eric played a good game, and Alpy played a good game. Seawood was great. So the whole group stood up after a tough game in Charlotte last night where we didn't look very good. And our character as a team shows when needed most. And that's the most important thing.